What was your objection to it, Shola? When he said London is no longer English, people are reading into that he meant it's not white enough.
The bottom line is this. Referring to UK cities or London as non-English is the key point here. Britishness is not determined by the colour of our skin.
Well, he does go on to clarify. He said, actually, it's not about racism, it's about culturalism. And he said that it's not as polite as it was, humorous, it's not as friendly as it was, those sorts of things.
That is such nonsense. This is a man who left the UK because it's full of foreigners and moved to a foreign country. To become an immigrant, please, let's not take him seriously.
What's your view?
Well, that particular point is a bit difficult to defend, I agree. But I think in terms of the racism issue, I don't see how this has anything to do with race. Look at the England football teams full of black players. No one would question their Englishness, right? They're English. It's not about race. What he's talking about, I think, is that, look at London. 42% of people who live in London are, like me, foreign-born, right? So there's a very significant immigrant population in London. Obviously, if you have half of a city, essentially, that are people who are first-generation immigrants, that is going to make it less of the local culture. It's just a fact of life, isn't it?
No, the fact of that is, and you're absolutely right, but the fact of that is...
It's just a fact of life, isn't it?
No, the fact of that is, and you're absolutely right, but the city has changed. That's fine, it's changed. But to say it's become less English is ridiculous. Either it's a stupid comment,
so let me give you an
racist
example.
comment.
Well, no, it's not. Well, first of all, it's nothing to do with race. But look at this. Look at it like this: if 50% of the people who lived in London were Scottish, would we be okay to say that it's less English than it was when it was 10%?
We would say it is
Would that be
British.
okay? Well, no, but answer the question. Would it be okay or not?
Would it be okay? I'm trying to get my head around that.
If 50% of the people who lived in London were Scottish,
yes,
would it be okay to say that London has become less English?
Well, if they were Scottish, yeah.
Right. So what's the difference?
So what's
the difference? There's no difference. He's talking about...
Do you not consider yourself as English?
No.
Why is that?
Because I'm British. I'm a British.
So when you go
person.
to Scotland, if you go to Scotland, so where have you come from? What do you say?
Well, I'd say I live in London. I'm originally from Russia.
But why can't you say I'm from England?
It's because why? I'm not from England.
But
I wasn't born. No, I'm not. I wasn't born here. I didn't grow up here. I came here when I was
When you're in Scotland and you're on the road and there's an arrow pointed towards England, do you not go that direction because that's where you're from? England. Why
I'm not
can't
from
you
England. I wasn't born here. I didn't grow up here.
But you just said are you from London?
No.
But
English.
Let me say exactly what he said in his second tweet. So he made this first one, and then lots and lots and lots of people went against him. And then he said, I suspect I should apologise for my affection for the Englishness of my upbringing, but in some ways, I found it calmer, more polite, more humorous, less tabloid and less money-oriented than the one that is replacing it. Now, the thing is, if I'm not a Londoner, I'm from the North West. But people will say, you know, all the money that has driven up prices in London, that means people can't live in London anymore, even if they want to. It's because there's Russian money here, there's Arab money here, it's the foreign investment in London.
On behalf of all Russians, I'm deeply offended by this. Deeply offended.
No, but what I'm saying is...
He's targeting the immigrants. Even with his explanation, he's targeting people. He's saying that you are not English. All of us have been here way longer before jumping.
Specific people.
Of course, he's talking about English people.
But you could make those
people. He's not talking about values. He's not talking about culture. He's talking about people, and that means it's got racist connotation.
Didn't say anything about people.
Bigoted. Of course, he did.
He said that the city has become less English.
Other description.
I just think
it's not as polite. I'm sorry. So immigrants are not polite. What the heck? What's the meaning of that?
I think you could probably say it's about lots of cosmopolitan cities in Britain and across the world. That's the only thing. I don't know why. You know.
So you're making my point for me. Is we have lots of immigrants. So he's not racist, just a very naughty boy.
Very good.